Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Master of Orion 2 Super Impossible Edition with me, Get Daved. So, I'm just going to adjust the microphone a little bit here. In the last video, well, I don't know, things are going pretty well. We're doing some posturing for the most part. Started spying on the Meklars, and I think we're going to get to work on them. Still going through refitting the majority of the fleet, and we are having some very rapid technology advancement right now. That about sums it up. I am thinking we should go to war with the Meklar very soon here, because I'm sure, well look, they're at war with the Illyrians, and I'm betting on them to lose. Just because they have very similar technology levels, and the Illyrians have a feudal government set up, which means they're producing ships at 2/3 cost, and that really adds up. If they have the advanced form of their government, let's see here, Confederation. Okay, so they are actually doing 1/3 cost for shipbuilding. So on the one hand, it might be more useful to take them out now rather than let them get big, but yeah, I don't know. I suppose I am paying tribute to the Illyrians, but honestly, I think the economy is fine right now. I'm actually going to take a look at the money chart real quick. Or actually, you know what? Faster way is probably to click on producing here. Wow, I don't really know how I'm making this much money. Yeah. Do I have taxes? No. How is this even possible? Well, okay, I guess we did max the sociology tree if I'm not... Oh no, oh wow. We could really make a lot of money. Oh well, let's just keep going with this. A couple things I wanted to talk about. Couple people, one person in the comment section who I remember from previous ones and was quite the character, previous LPs of this game that I've done, was talking about, like, breed those silicoids, they're insanely awesome. I mean, they're tolerant, and they negated their population growth penalty. But I mean, it's not like a silicoid worker is more useful than, say, a Clacon worker who has industrial production +1 or a Meklar. Yeah, gotta get my hands on some of this. So, look, I don't know. I understand that other races don't have any penalty, or don't have the same penalties that I do, but my race has no direct penalties on the racial level to, like, the unit, the worker unit anyway. One other thing is we discussed why my tech tree is weirding out a little bit, or at least I was freaking out, and I'm like, why do I have class 5 shields on the tech tree? Oh yeah, I will give you psionics for Scout Lab. Eat it. That's past being an insult. Well, more research. And here's how it works. You can acquire technology through other means, and if you trade, I think it removes it from your tech tree as if you'd researched it, but if you acquire it through stealing or invasion, it doesn't necessarily do that, and it'll generate a different one on your tech tree. Wide area jammer. That has uses. Biomorphic fungi. Oh, good. Power is pretty much useless for the rest of the game here. It would be kind of nice to get atmospheric renewers. I'm going to think about miniature... no, you know what? Okay, someone gained a level. Make sure it's technologically as advanced as it can be. I am not going to max out the space because we lose 1 combat speed, and that's probably not worth the fusion beams at this point. We'll just keep it as the Paladin 3 because that's not a hugely meaningful upgrade. And the fleet's going to be ready to go soon-ish. Four turns ought to buy us some time to some new tech. I guess not. I am going to try whittling through some of that tech tree. It should come quickly. The rationale for that is that I would like to negate pollution on Orion and possibly other planets. My big manufacturing center is primarily silicoid, so that's not an issue, but sooner or later we probably should get some better tech for that. And although I could try stealing Xeon missiles, they would be nice to have, I don't know, just as a small insurance. Okay, Meklar are at war with 2 people now. Some good work, TM. I don't know if you noticed it, but the pollution was quite high there. Goat! Now you guys could use an atmosphere renewer. And would be a pretty good choice for a manufacturing colony as well. I also could definitely use a lot more everything. Okay, first things first, let's see if we can move Emo. A lot more leaders to help out with the manufacturing. Oh, good enough. You can go there, Emo. If I had one more leader, I would probably dismiss him because he's just not that good. Honestly, the leaders we've gotten a couple at timely times, in a timely fashion, but we don't have great ones. I think the game does use some events as triggers for when you get certain leaders, and some of them are things like, I'm pretty sure if you have like a catastrophic defeat, that's a trigger for one of them, so... No change, we've just been miniaturizing missiles. They're going to have an insane amount of production cached here, and I'm just going to keep them building it up, because we are going to need a pretty decent supply of transports in the near future. I am gearing up for war, and you guys, you're going to help me on that. Alright, thorium fuel cells would also be kind of useful. Oh yeah, I forget if I've mentioned this in this LP already, but I also wanted to address some people... Ooh, here we go. We'll get back to it. This is fantastic. So operations, that gets us a free battleship, basically. Plus, apparently... Yeah, he actually gave us more than 4 command points, I think. So maybe that's subject to some benefits from subspace communications. Sometimes right-clicking on here triggers a crash bug, but... Alright. The good news about having this guy around is that we can have multiple invasion groups now, because we've got 2 guys with commando who will really help out. So we can have 2 fronts in a war. let's see if we can get a relocation going here. Send this guy on his merry way as well. Truthfully, the Stargate would probably be more useful than thorium fuel cells, so I'm going to switch that up. I'm getting a little flabby in what I'm doing here, but... well, yeah, no problem. Not sure why I got you guys working on this, but... maybe I just have been neglecting them for a while. This sounds familiar. I think I remember WAG. Good for them for crawling out of obscurity. They've got a battle station. They've got a battleship galaxy. We need more transports. Okay, now... useless, all of it. Yeah, I guess I'll take thorium fuel cells just to get it out of the way. Having infinite range is nice. We also got another upgrade level on our weapons. So plasma cannons are down to half size now. Disruptors, I don't think we'll quite have auto fire yet. Oh no, we just got it. But... oh, they're pretty big. So I think I will stick with the plasma cannon for one more round of revisions. Revisioneering, we'll call it. But our long-term goal will be to switch to the disruptor because it's better. Oh yeah, we're gonna get a whole bunch of these really quickly. Keep up the good work, Zero. Okay. Now we have a pretty good fleet built up. Grak has arrived, so that's the important thing. Okay, Grak. I realize I can't transport ships from this screen, so we're going to have to locate them. No, you know what? We'll locate them on the fleet screen. That's what we'll do. There we go. Going to send him to Kalb, and that's just going to help us sort out the two groups we want our fleet to operate in. So now we want to have them roughly split down the middle. Actually, no, that's not quite true as well. We need to make sure that we don't dispatch what's-his-name with it. So, you know what? I'm just going to use this screen to do all of my fleet management here. So, Tyrannus needs to stay with the other fleet group we use. And we'll send Sparky and probably a couple more ships. So that'll have 7 battleships in one group. We'll make it 8. And about half of our transports. I think that's a little bit more than half, but more are on their way, so... it should even out quickly. And now, I think it may be time to give the Meklar some bad news. Oh, Kalb. Little tiny Kalb. You do your best. I just want to hurry them on their way to becoming a research colony. Getting a little unsettled by the sudden traffic to my neck of the woods. Probably just because the Mercians are orbiting a Klakon planet and they're overreacting to it. Okay. So now seems like as good a time as any to get started, so... I guess we'll have to go for the closer systems first. think we're probably going to see two main fronts. I'm just going to try sweeping through the top ones with the top fleet and the bottom with the bottom fleet, and hopefully we meet theirs at some point. Do a quick inventory on their ships. I do have a pretty good number of battleships. And then I probably can't detect all of their vessels up there. I'm going to hope that the people I'm leaving behind are going to have enough firepower to deal with these guys. There we go. They should have more than enough cash for several of those, or at least the first couple. I guess the production on that planet isn't that high. Alright, races. Can we extort anything good out of you? Ooh, Autolab would be nice. No, I think I can get it for free. Phasers would be nice to have. They really want the Achilles targeting unit. I'm afraid I cannot give that to you. Also, some thoughts for Orion. So they're maxing out the housing now. Crank that housing market. You know what? You guys can do the farming. Clacons are better at it, but we're going to need 3 farmers here to avoid importing. That's fine with me. We're going to get Orion working on spies like crazy. And I wonder if we make the silicoids now, they still produce pollution on behalf of other people. That's fine. I would just like to have a few more spies going on here. 14, only 10 on defense. Let's split it evenly. People are probably spying on me. If they know what's good for them, they'll be trying to steal my tech. I have Darth Rays. Ugh. You people. And we'll wait one turn and then deliver the bad news to the Meklar. And since we're doing it, I'd really like Autolab. I'd also really like a Mauler device. Thank you. Well, the good news is they really don't want to go to war with me. The bad news is they're gonna get it anyway. Alright, yeah, we might as well start working towards Class 10 shields and miniaturizing a bit more of our systems. Wish I had the auto repair unit. Now, honestly, Autolab is a tech worth making sure everyone starts building. I'm not super keen on going through all of these planets, but I probably will. That's probably what I'm about to do. It's happening right now. But I'm not going to rush them into it. It would be nice if we could get Galactic Cybernet too. That would really crank up the research quite nicely. Whoops. Sorting by producing is always nice because it puts housing and trade goods right to the end. So if you're just doing a little bit of micro, as the pros call it, you can pick up on these little things a little bit faster. So we'll just put in full production mode, because they've been behind on everything all game. Krislon, no stock exchange. How do you guys get douchebags. Like, where do they all come from on your world? Alright, and Orion. Move that to the top. Alright. Okay, at war with the Meklar. Gonna try keeping my eyes peeled for evil incoming red lines. Orion is probably the only vulnerable colony I really care about. Alright. Ultra rich low G? Sounds like a perfect planet for me. Start with my friend and yours, the Avenger. Now, I'm going to try a strategy I haven't really had the chance to employ yet, which is, this is why I like neutron blasters so much, and I was so upset not to have them. You kill everyone on board, capture their vessel. Even if you're not a telepathic race, the first turn, if a ship has never fired, you can still unload all of its ammo. So we'll fire that at the planet, and then doesn't really matter what we do at this point. I mean, as long as we shoot. And this should go pretty well. Yeah, looks good. Ultra rich, I'll take it. You will make a fine feather in my cap. Gonna move everyone in. We gotta be a little... well, probably not, actually. I was gonna say we need to be a little bit more careful because we don't have the Avenger. But that probably isn't true. Alright. Now, if you notice that the other shots did 220, or the other ones of equal distance did 220, but that one did 229, that's your indicator that you've taken out their defenses. Just a little shorthand for you. Yeah, that worked out. Go get him, Grack. We lost a man. So I'd say we're off to a good start. Ooh! I remember having delusions of thinking I could get this planet at one point. I think I do, anyway. I kind of wish I had the warp interdictor, but we don't, so that's enough of that nonsense. There'll be no more nostalgia in this LP. Sure. Also, some people were suggesting that I forget if I talked about this or not. I know I tried starting on it. That by picking a later start for the game, like starting with an advanced galaxy tech level, it gave me a bit of an advantage or nullified some of my disadvantage. That's both true and untrue. On the one hand, it does guarantee a level playing field later in the game, and I would be expected to fall behind because of bad racial stats and because I, you know, since we all start out equally, the fact that I would only have one planet, but no benefits to my race's research speed or things like that, things would start adding up and getting bad for me. But, on the other hand, I was relying on early game weapons even though we started at advanced, like I was using Merving nukes and so on. So honestly, I would have gone after them with the same weapons and everything anyway. So it would just actually would have made easier targets for me. And I just need to pause the recording briefly. And I'm back. So Manita, yeah, we're invading. I'm probably not going to bomb any of these planets, just because you're more certain to prevent a planet from being recolonized if you'd, well, blow it up is the easiest way, but taking it over works too. Let's try a different strategy. He did pretty well there. can definitely see the difference in firepower in the earlier versions of the Paladin. Actually, no Achilles targeting unit on the Paladin too. That's a... If we get in a fight with their fleet with that fleet, things could get interesting. I would say I feel mostly in control of my situation right now, but we also haven't had a real big fleet battle yet. And, you know, those always are watershed moments. I don't expect any terrible results, but I just used the phrase terrible results, so that should say something about the base level of confidence. I'm not gonna lie, some of you will die. I don't expect all of you to die, but a good portion. Deal with it. Alright. I kind of want to keep these guys hanging back just as a defense fleet. We've got lots of command points left. It's a rare situation where I usually don't actually get fleets this large, especially relative to the strengths of my opponents. Boom. I'm just gonna hit the auto, which is apparently not faster than me. Alright. Well, that ground combat felt nice. At Claw. Boy, the Meklar got some pretty good planets to start off. Some people were commenting that I had a really lucky start. I had good planets, but sure looks like other people had good planets too. Ah, glad to see they're using the quantum detonator. Most worthless advanced tech in the game. Now, interesting little thing about the Avenger. Its design isn't exactly that great. It's a little Spartan, I would say. It's a lot like Antaran ships, but really minimal systems on it. Don't know why you wouldn't try throwing on a high energy focus, but I guess they didn't want it to be overpowered. Keep going. I mean, I'm just gonna get Battlehoids because we can have it in one turn. Might as well get that out of the way now. We're only gonna get more wasteful as time goes on. A lot of these guys don't have a prayer of overthrowing me if they have a revolution, but it's nice just to get the basics up. By which I mean Marine Barracks and Alien Control Center, just to speed up the assimilation process and to ensure that I'm a bit more counter-invasion proof, because I'm totally leaving them undefended. And on that note, I think I'm going to end the recording. Next time we'll continue rinsing the galaxy. I'll see you there, everybody.